Not that any of you guys need a recap because everyone watches all of our episodes. That's how we get more viewers. We passive aggressively guilt you into watching our other. That's what you're
Obviously.
All right. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, we
Wait a minute.
We just got DMCA.
The screen just
last time in Campfires and Dragons, you guys found yourselves in the depths of the dungeon of the organization called the Hand, which was the extreme faction of the Bodhi Crime Syndicate. You had been crawling through this dungeon for weeks and finally found yourself at the tail end of it. You entered into a room where the leader of the Hand was there. The guy named Smeech, I think was the name we gave him. And he was about to fight with you when suddenly your friend Polaris and her new friend, Penelo, came falling through the air vents and crushed a couple of the guards. And you guys had a moment to reconnect before Smeech got tired of that and summoned a big slime creature. And you guys fought for a minute, but quite intelligently decided it probably wasn't worth fighting him. You broke the window, let the ocean crash into the room, and everyone that was still down there got swept away in the water, except for you guys who were saved by the isopod, the ancient isopod that they had been using to create this black market potion. The isopod, now supported by the water in its natural environment, saved you guys, brought you back up to the surface, and you guys were safe. And the Hand, the extreme faction of the Hand, was defeated. You guys then found yourselves on the shoreline in the Bodhi caravan and had a moment to kind of collect your thoughts. You guys had a long, intense conversation about Ez's background and everything that had happened with his dad, and it was really intense. And then you guys got some rest, and we left off as you guys woke up to a new day, having gotten some sleep here in the midst of the Bodhi caravan with the laboratory of Ivo looming on the cliffside above you. And that is where we're going to be picking up today. You guys wake up in the morning, and there's just the low crackle, the embers of last night's campfire. The sun is still rising. It's just early dawn. And you look around, and you're in the midst of this caravan. Last night it was pretty dark. You guys had a lot to talk about. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like whenever I go like on a vacation or camping, you get somewhere and it's dark, you sit down, you have conversations, but then in the morning you kind of see the place for the first time and you really take in your surroundings. And so that's kind of what's happening here. And so you look around, you see all these different tents. Again, it's pretty ramshackle, but maybe not so much as you had thought. You're noticing everyone else here also seems to be relatively early birds, and people are buzzing around. There's all these different performers and acrobats. There's people walking around with some animals that they've been training. Unlike the Beastmaster you met before, these animals seem to be well cared for and loved. They're not being like forced to do all kinds of crazy stuff. They're just being trained like a dog that does sports or anything like that. And you guys feel kind of safe for the first time in a long time, amidst what otherwise maybe just a few months ago you guys would have been very uncomfortable in this company. These are, not long ago, people that were all criminal, underworld criminals. But right now, they're circus performers. They're returning to that life. And compared to the people that you've been spending time with for the past few months and having to fight, this feels like an awfully safe place to get to be. Of course, Ivo's lab is looming above you on the face of this cliff, but you can maybe put that out of mind for a moment, or try at least. And as you wake up, you have a moment to kind of look around. If you guys want to, you can walk around, have some conversations, talk to people, make your preparations. There's no particularly urgent need. You know, you're going to need to move soon. You guys can't stay here for too long. But you have a little bit of time to kind of make your preparations before you go and tackle your next leg of this journey. You see that Luna, who you met and is part of this and is kind of the liaison between them and you right now, comes over and she just looks at you guys, sees that you're waking up and says, "So, hey friends, hopefully you guys, it was a heavy conversation last night. Hopefully you guys got some rest. Let us know if you need anything. We're here for you. Obviously, as you know, we're pretty skilled crew of folks. If you need, any unique items, we've traveled around the world quite a bit. If you need any gear, if you need food, if you lock picking sets, poison, smuggling routes, whatever you guys might need, we're pretty savvy with this area, and we're here to help. Let us know what you need."
I have a question.
What are you guys thinking? What's the plan?
Luna, I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
You seem very dexterous. You're very acrobatic. You run around. You jump around. I'm not as dexterous as you are. But I was curious.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You're very good with daggers. Do you have like special daggers you use, or do you have like, if you said poisoner's kits and you said, I'm guessing weapons. Do you have like a stash somewhere?
Bro, are you trying to get from me? I don't know if there's anyone that follows this that plays RuneScape. The like iconic weapon in RuneScape is the dragon dagger poisoned plus.
Oh my gosh.
That was like,
yes, yeah.
Are you trying to get a poisoned dragon dagger right now from this NPC? Because if
I am not trying to get a poisoned dagger +3. All right, I'm not trying to do that. Okay, I'm not trying to get.
It will settle for a +2.
Yeah, you
there's
give me
nothing
+2.
in me that I would want to do more
good.
than to give you.
No, not. I know exactly what you're talking about.
He says, "I just use regular. These are just regular daggers. I have certainly from time to time poisoned the tip of my blade. If you're looking for some weapon poison, we might have some of that around here that we could look into. See if we could dig some of that up for you." No, I'll be honest. We've got a guy for that. Poison McGee is what we call him, and Poison McGee kind of just, I'll go to him and say, "Hey, I've been asked to go on this mission. You got anything you think I should dip my daggers in?" And he'll give a recommendation. So I could introduce you to old Poison over there and see what he'd recommend, if we can help you out.
I would appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. What about the rest of you guys? I mean, tell me, like, what? We never really had a chance. You guys dropped in. I told y'all that I was up to. What are you guys doing? What are you guys off to next? What is this whole? I feel like I kind of got a lot of help from you guys on what I'm doing, and I don't even know what quest you guys are on, and would love to make our crew here. We're indebted. What are you guys up to? Can we help?
Keeps looking up at Ivo's lair there up in the cliffside, and I want to ask you a question. Is it something that's like in the cliffside, hanging from the cliffside? How does it look? Like, what are they seeing from their perspective there at sea level?
Sure. So you're on the shore, like the section of beach, and it goes away in, and then there's again the sheer cliff face that goes up. Picture a little bit like Princess Bride, the Cliffs of Despair, that they all have to climb up. It's just this sheer cliff face, goes straight up. It'd be extremely hard to climb unless you're what's his face from Princess Bride. But on this cliff face, it's a little far away. Again, this is kind of a big caravan, so I don't know, maybe a football field's length of beach between you and it. There's this long metal stairwell that goes up, and it's rusty, and it goes way up, and then way toward the top of that stairwell, you just see this massive metal door in the cliff face. So it's not sticking out. It's like the door would open and go into the earth.
Gotcha.
Well, the only thing that is sticking out are the stairs, the little platform that's, in front of the door. And then there's just like pipes and tubes and things sticking out kind of all around this door. And they're just belching out like smoke, and like, so there's like slime dripping out from some of them. All the products of whatever machinery is running inside of this laboratory. But it's kind of, at least a football field's length away from you guys. And then probably the same distance up. It's a pretty high climb.
And for no reason, but do we see any bio waste disposal bins outside?
With hearts in them?
You can tell when you look up at this platform, there are some there's some stuff on that deck in front of the doors. You can't tell what it is from this far away, but there's some containers and and then at the bottom of it, no, you could just see where there's some kind of toxic ooze that's just a stream of it that's slowly seeping into the ocean. Probably not a great
Organa's
thing.
happy about that.
Yeah. And so Luna's just tell me what is your quest? What are you guys here to do? Is it something that we can help with? And I told you about Poison McGee. If there's anything else you need, we have a handful of very useful people here in our caravan that I could introduce you to. I could tell you about if you guys need.
I want to blow that place up.
See, she looks at you and she kind of follows your eyesight up to the cliffside. And you want to blow up Ivo's the laboratory.
I do.
Way up there. Oh, well, I don't know that we have the tools to blow up a mountain. We might have enough explosives to blow up a door.
Okay. Well, that might be helpful.
She said, I actually don't know. Again, we'll have to ask. We've never really done a lot of exploding of metal. Typically most homes are made out of stone and wood and things, and we're pretty good at blowing that kind of stuff up. I mean, that's just a typical Tuesday for us. Ivo's lab, he's got those massive iron doors. It's worth a shot. You could ask Explosives McGee over there. He's Poison's brother. And you can see what he's got.
I would say, so Doc would be familiar with, there's gunpowder in this world, right? Correct?
Yeah, what was it I guess you wouldn't know this because I remember now that you specifically didn't listen to any of the backstories unless they were relevant to you.
I didn't. I did finally listen to Ez's.
Yeah, Ghana may or
Ghana
may
had
not have.
Well, it was a keg of.
It was an
Explosive
entire
Keg of gunpowder.
Yeah, an entire keg.
Or barrel.
of
You said barrel,
gunpowder.
but I'm imagining a keg.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those giant wine barrels.
Doc goes over to Ghana and says, "Hey Ghana, I have a question, a logistical question for you." And he takes the ring off that he has on his finger usually. He's like, "How much explosives can we put in this thing?"
Kinda gives you a worried look. He goes, well, as he kind of looks around, this tent is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he'd point to if you see me pointing on the owl bear, this tent.
Mm-hmm.
DM, how tall is this tent?
Oh, geez. How tall is a circus tent? 30 feet tall?
Oh, that's. I was gonna say those can be pretty tall.
40 feet tall?
I'm talking about
40.
this one, not like the big one. Like the.
Oh, I mean that's still probably like
yellow
what,
and
10, 15 feet.
Yeah, in the middle where the maypole is, probably 20 feet tall. And then it gets toward the edges, maybe 10
Perfect.
feet tall.
I would say that the inside of the ring is roughly as big as that tent. Because the inside of the ring is a 20 by 20 like area.
Okay.
Mm.
I don't know what we're gonna face in there. I'm not looking to just like blow it up all willy-nilly. Okay, hear me out. I know we need to figure out what's going on. Like that's not what I'm saying. But I am wondering if we're gonna run into some barriers up there that we're not used to trying to get through, and where some sheer force might be very helpful in getting through whatever he might have. He uses machines, and I see the piping and the metal and the giant door, and I'm like, what are we going to have to do to get in there? And what if we face something that is thick, like layers of metal that we can't get through? I'm just imagining some of the like, or just like a dense brick. I don't know, but I'm wondering if we can take some explosives with us, a few kegs of gunpowder, if that might be helpful in our
Hard to imagine a scenario when a few kegs of gunpowder couldn't be helpful, right? I mean,
couldn't be helpful, right?
Do we know if
Couldn't hurt.
Ivo uses magic or is he just mechanical?
I don't think you would know. The only
the only
insights you really
person
have
that
about him are
Ez would
from the
literally just
memories.
say that
Rusty
out
would
loud.
know.
Ez would literally
You
just
also
say that
hear a
out loud.
slight clearing of the throat of the,
Oh yeah.
artificer in the group.
Yeah. Yeah, Rusty's not with you. She decided to sit this out. She didn't want to go
But
back
she
to
has
Ivo's
the
lab.
sending stones. We can
could
contact
call
her.
her.
With the sending stones.
Wait,
You
Polaris,
can call her on your cell
didn't
phone.
you find your way in through a door? Like a service
Not-
door or something?
Not to Ivo's. That's
No.
to the castle or the fortress. But not into
Yeah.
Ivo's, but I mean, and she's just gonna pull out of her backpack copper, like I know a little bit of what we're gonna face. And she scribbles down a couple of things on a sheet of paper and hands it to the woman. Is like, can I get these things? And it lists like thieves' tools, armor that's better than what she currently has, like polishing oil.
She takes the list. She says, okay, we'll see. Maybe look, if you guys, I hear you saying you want to blow that up. We've talked about Poison McGee might be a good person to talk to. Explosives McGee, adding to the list that Armor McGee, probably the triplets, all three of them. It sounds like we need to go and just check out their house, and the triplets are probably going to be a good resource for you. You guys tell me a little bit about your goals here.
There doesn't
maybe
happen to be an information McGee, is there?
there's not an information McGee. Would it be helpful? I could just tell you about some of the people that are here, and then you guys can decide who you want to go talk to, and we can get y'all set up with a variety of gear to send you off on your way.
That sounds like a wonderful
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So you know about the McGee brothers. They're great. We'll talk to them. We've got a maestro. The maestro's great. He's got all kinds of instruments and things that we use. So you could totally go talk to the maestro. You could go talk to Pippa. Pippa's the jester. And they've got all kinds of fun items for you want to distract people or kind of be sneaky as a jester, they've got that kind of fun stuff. We've got old Bramwick, and he's just old. He's been here since anyone can remember. He doesn't really do a whole lot anymore other than kind of, be old. But he has...
I would like to talk to him.
With his age, he's got quite the bag of tricks. So he's worth talking to. And then, of course, you've got the McGee brothers. So,
Talk to the maestro
how
and
about
the
this?
brothers.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me everything that you guys are planning to do. I realize that maybe you've got, don't have to trust me, right? I'm a criminal. I get it. I'm not stupid. I'll take you around. Let me introduce you to everyone. I'll make sure that they equip you with what they can equip you with, and then you guys can, be on your way and do what you got to do. How's that? You see that she starts kind of guiding you around, and so first she takes you over to, there's a series of 3 tents right next to each other. They're all kind of small. They're just almost like kiosks. And 2 of them, there's nobody there. One of them, there's a guy. He's got this big kind of curly mustache, a very fancy looking hat on his head that almost looks like TNT. And he's kind of got a crazy look on his face, and he's got like this nice suit on like he's a merchant. And Luna, you've brought over some guests. How can I be of help to you? And she says, guys, meet good old Explosives McGee. He's our resident explosives expert. You guys mentioned you wanted to try and fill a magic room with gunpowder or blow up a metal door or something. What do you guys need?
Yes, Mr. Explosives. I am looking for some gunpowder or whatever you might have that could really pack a punch. We're talking like blow a hole in metal, in brick, in stone, like the most dense thing. Like, what do you have
In
that can
that,
help us?
as he's pointing at the fortress.
That, like, not the whole thing.
Sir, do you have napalm?
Into it. Like, there's no napalm in this world.
You see, he looks up and he hears your question, and he's looking at this door, and you just see him start to like shake with excitement, like just vibrating. And he looks back at you, and his eyes, like his pupils are like dilated, and he's just like, I think I know what you need. And you see he disappears, like it looks like he goes downstairs into a basement. And a moment later, he returns, and he says, I wonder if this would do the trick. He steps outside of the tent and kind of ushers you around behind. Come with me. Brings you guys around back from his tent, and you see that there are 6 full gunpowder kegs sitting there. Says, I've got this. I don't know if these would. Is this kind of what you're looking for?
Sure, it'll be helpful.
It's yours.
Great.
We
Enjoy
should've-
the fireworks when they go off.
We should have figured out what was in those little vials that the kobolds had.
True. And then Doc pulls out his one flask that he has they took from the one kobold and says, I need this today.
So, yeah, you'll have to somehow load all of these into your sanctum. I don't know exactly how that works.
Well, I can.
Is there a
bring
limit? I
in-
can't. Can you go in and out as many times as you like?
No.
I forget.
I can go in once per day, and I can go in with whatever I'm carrying.
Can you carry 120 pounds?
I can carry 120 pounds. It's just
Great.
I
you just
carry
load these all on your back?
6 barrels all at once, like arm capacity wise.
You stack
see,
them. You
yeah.
stack them like the lifting of the poles for the Scots.
Yeah.
Just very tall and long.
Yeah.
You see McGee straps these all together with rope, so they're like one big keg all strapped together. And he's like, alrighty, here you go. And he just kind of picks them up, lifts them, and like puts them on your back. It's like, I don't know what you guys are going to do with that.
Ghana
but,
does not look excited about this. He's like, I am not a fan of this. There's a reason why I denied using the gunpowder that Nemo gave me. Also, I like my ring.
you don't want to blow up your sanctum? I don't know.
You don't want to blow up your
He doesn't want to blow up his temple.
Just one? Just one? Just one?
When are we going in?
I thought as soon as
here, you
possible.
We gotta get the rest of our stuff too. Still.
Yeah, I figured
know
we'd
how
get
long
our
that'll
stuff
take.
and we'd go.
Oh, he can only go in and out once a day, so this actually won't work.
Well, you could wait until tomorrow if you guys want it. Like this.
Go out tomorrow morning. We go tomorrow morning right away. Right at on.
Up to you, Ghana, if you're going to take all these years to take.
It's your sanctum.
Because you have to climb up those stairs, so might as well do it tomorrow because we have to climb up the side of the cliff, and I don't think you want to do that carrying 120 pounds of gunpowder.
He would vanish with the gunpowder.
Yeah.
There we go. Team player.
So you guys,
Ghana does not come back out for probably about 30 minutes.
okay.
And when Ghana does come back out, he now has a stupid amount of books, scrolls, like different
He put them all in his
trinkets
backpack so that they don't get blown up by
that
accident.
he's like he went in there with the gunpowder and cleaned everything out so that the only thing in the ring right now is the gunpowder, so he doesn't lose all of his books and scrolls and like he goes,
I love
is there
that.
a place where I can put this for the time being?
He's Luna's like, put it right here. I mean, everyone here is equally trustworthy.
I mean, do they read?
All right. So he would pack up all of his stuff and then like put it somewhere here in the camp.
Wonderful. She says, great, let's go next door. You walk next door and you see, as you're walking over, you see that McGee, kind of ducks under, the tent that he was in before. And, a guy pops up in this new tent who looks remarkably similar, but he's wearing, a hat that looks like a big sword. And, he's wearing a hat that looks like a big potion, big vial. And he says,
Sorry.
well, hello. I'm Poison McGee. What can I do for you?
I need help with poisons to tip my daggers, so when I hurt people, it hurts more or does things. I just don't know much about poison.
Oh, poison for you're looking for like dagger poison, weapon poison for your dagger.
Yeah.
You got
I
those
don't think you
daggers with you?
I do, and he pulls out these elven-made, beautiful daggers. I have these.
Mind if I hold on to these for a couple hours and I can get these modified a little bit and give them back to you by the end of the day?
You're not gonna like change like the metal components, right? Like that's all stays the same because these are very important daggers to me.
No, I'm just gonna modify them a little bit, make them a little. I mean, I don't have to. I just if you wanted to be.
No, I
you know.
I trust you. And he gives the daggers.
Great, wonderful. And you see, kind of tucks them below the shelf in front of him. He says, "I'll have them ready for you by the end of the day. Don't worry about it." Anything else that you guys needed from old Poison McGee here? The last one that you guys wanted to talk to was Armor McGee, and he's right over here. You go to the last tent, and those of you who are paying attention, you notice that Poison McGee kind of ducks under his little window there, disappears, and you hear some rustling, and then a guy pops up in front of you. Looks awfully similar to the two other brothers, but this one is wearing a hat that just it's made out of steel, and it looks like an armored hat. Says, "Hey, I'm Armor McGee. What can I do for you? You guys needed some armor?"
Yes. I am looking for some armor, but I need it to not make too much noise. I'm torn a little bit, so I think I need your expert opinion on whether or not you think some chainmail or a breastplate would be better for that.
A chain
good
shirt,
question.
not chain.
Chain
mail.
shirt. Thank you. I'm rather partial to a breastplate myself. I think it would look very stylish, just with the fur and everything. But I do need to be quiet.
I see. Well, let's see what I've got here. And you see he turns around and starts rummaging through just a pile of metal and stuff. You see he turns around and he's like, I've got this. And he holds up what looks to be really great looking. Well, actually, I take that back. It looks to be a breastplate. It looks pretty dinged up and cracked. This is not new. This is well used, well worn, and looks like if it got hit too hard too many times, it might break. But it's a breastplate, and he's like, "This looks like it would be probably your size. We've only used this in a few different squabbles, and yours if you want it."
I'll take it. Do you happen to also have some polishing oil?
Oh, looks around. You got this, and he hands over some polishing oil.
Perfect.
And
Just
She's
studded
gonna
leather armor?
walk off and sit on a rock and start polishing. She's polishing it, and you kind of notice almost like sparks going off as she's polishing the metal, because she's infusing it.
Ooh, okay. Studded leather armor you're looking for?
Yeah, I have this old leather armor. I've had it forever. It's kind of ratty.
Says, let me see what I've got. And he turns around again, starts digging through. Turns back around, and you can see he's holding up. I mean, certainly you could call this studded leather armor. It's leather armor, and it's got just all kinds of like random pieces of metal attached to it. So this is not like if you went to like a fine artisan, what they would call studded leather armor, but it gets the job done. It'll functionally do the same thing. It just maybe a little bit more rugged. Great.
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Jana, is there any metal armor here other than like the breastplate? Because now I'm pretty sure Polaris has the same AC as Ghana now, and Ghana wears heavy armor.
He's looking through. It's a lot of like scraps, and like he doesn't have any like comprehensive like full armor sets. But what specifically are you looking for?
Anything better than this? As he opens up his robe, and he's literally just wearing scale,
Scale armor,
which is 14, and now Polaris has a 14.
right? Now hers
I have
hers
a
is
15.
Oh, so she has a higher AC than mine.
But I will just say, so hers is able to break. Like it is like if it gets hit too heavy, too big, or too many times.
What is Doc wearing? Is he wearing?
I don't know. Doc's wearing like
Chainmail?
freaking
Is he
mithril or
wearing-
something that makes it so he never takes it.
Yeah, I'm not. I was like, well, maybe I should ask.
Chain. I'm pretty sure you're wearing chain, aren't you?
Yeah, just chainmail.
Do you
Yeah.
have chainmail?
He looks at the two of you that are both wearing heavier armor sets, and let me think. Chainmail.
I think that's a 16.
Yeah, chainmail's a 16.
Yeah. He says, look, I have some chainmail. If you need anything heavier than that, I could try to source something for you. I don't have it on hand. It might take me a few days. But if you want some chainmail, I do have some chainmail back here that I could grab for you. It's not sized to whatever elephant people. But I think I could I think I could make some adjustments to it. And if you come back to me at the end of the day, I think I could have that ready for you in a way that should fit decently. If you need anything else, I probably will just need some time to source it.
Pain would be fine.
Great. Wonderful.
The correction, as you guys are finishing up there, there's a few more sparks coming over from Polaris. And then the breastplate just looks really nice. Like, you can tell it's still dinged up, but it's just got this kind of like little sheen to it that feels like it's more than oil. And my armor class is actually now 16 now.
Amazing. Wonderful. Great.
I love artificers.
Yep. I'm not so squishy.
Great. And then you see Luna turns to you guys and says, great. Well, that seems like McGee brothers have been helpful to you. You guys want to head over to our maestro?
Yeah. I would like to talk to the musical person.
You
Are we not
you guys
going
make
to
your way
talk to
over.
the poison, McGee?
We already did.
Yeah, you talked to all three of them. The poison guy said he'll have as his daggers modified by the end of the day.
I must have completely missed that part.
He just blacked out. You're like, what is happening? Why are we getting?
Ghana was
those
just
gold
too
being
horrified
exchanged?
at like
Yeah,
as just
I
being
think
like.
I think I was so focused on the gunpowder thing that I was
Yeah,
like,
you-
I completely missed that part.
Yeah, you're still focused on the
I think
fact that
that was
you've
the
got
moment where
6
we were
kegs of
talking about,
gunpowder in your
like,
temple.
Yeah, I think that was when we were talking about the whole ring of kaboom, and then the spell component is one sanctum that is consumed
Alright,
in
I
the
was
spell's
sidetracked on that. I was sidetracked.
You guys get to
It's
Maestro,
funny. Needs to be an item.
and he's kind of. You guys walk into the main big circus tent, and you can see there's a guy standing in the center of the ring. He's wearing a crimson coat, tapping on his like cane to keep a beat, and he's watching all these different performers kind of do their thing, and clearly they're kind of practicing some kind of show now that they can focus on doing such things as opposed to having to do criming. His smile's warm, his eyes are calculating. He's just kind of listening and watching and making sure everything goes well. And as you guys approach, Luna walks up and in her typical kind of peppy voice, like, "Hey, Maestro, we got our visitors they wanted to talk to you, see if you could help them out at all." And you see he's kind of startled as he's drawn out of his focus and turns to face you guys. And he looks at you guys with a warm smile and says, "Yeah." He kind of looks at each of you, and pretty quickly he looks at you as he says, "I can recognize a fellow musician when I see one. Not
This is
that
gonna
the
look a
rest
little
of you can't play any music or anything. I'm sure you guys can hold a tune in your own right, but a bard recognizes another bard. What are you looking for? What can I do for you? Do you have anything specific you're trying to find, or?"
Well, I didn't go to a bard college, so I don't really know much about bard stuff. And if you were to help out a first time bard, what would you recommend? Do you have any advice or anything?
He kind of looks at you intently, and he kind of pushes the rest of you off to the side a little bit, like not like someone who's trying to be rude, but someone who's just like kind of unaware of the social norms and like just intently focused on
give me
the task at
space. I
hand.
must work.
Right. Just kind of pushes you off to the side. He ushers to someone else. They bring over a chair, and he just kind of like pushes you into the chair, and he's looking at you, and he just gets like really in your. He's just like puts on these big thick glasses, and he's just kind of like walking around and pacing around and just studying you. And like every once in a while, he walks over and he kind of like pokes at your shoulders or like pulls on your hair and prods at the bags that you have with you. And he just spends like 10 minutes just studying you, and it's in total silence. It's pretty awkward. Everyone else is just kind of like coughing once in a while. And after a minute, he steps back. He looks at you again. Right. And just like hurriedly walks off into the distance, and you hear behind the bleachers of the seating, you just hear rummaging as someone's going through like a bin of like, you just hear like twanging strings and a trumpet blast and just like all these random instrument noises. You guys just kind of stand there looking at each other awkwardly. And a moment later, he re-emerges from behind. He says, I think this is for you. I've had this for a long time. I've always known it was destined for something beyond me. Not for me. I think this is for you. And he hands you a drum. And it looks like a pretty standard drum. But as you take hold of it, you would uniquely notice it has some there's something more to it. This is not, while it appears to be a normal drum, it has a magical quality. You'll
Ghana can teach you. He has a drum. I'm proficient with a drum.
Ez would happily take up that offer, for which we have something to do when we get back to camp.
That is actually funny. That Ghana is proficient in the drum.
You look around and Luna's like, actually, this works out great. The other two people I wanted to introduce you to are here. And you see she gestures over to the jester. And the jester heads, kind of cartwheels over and introduces himself. And he's exactly what you'd expect. He kind of looks like a, typical clown jester kind of guy. And he looks at you guys and he says, "Hey, I'm just a clown. But if you guys," and he kind of looks closely at all you, and I don't know, what kind of stuff are you guys trying to be? Sneaky? Are you guys trying to be magic? Are you what? I don't know. I can look through my bag of goodies here and see if I've got anything for you.
What helps me hide? I'm sneaky, but I'm not like as sneaky as Polaris. And I want to be as sneaky as Polaris. She's way sneakier than me.
She holds up her thieves' tools that are kind of janky, been tied together, tape, whatever, that are clearly needing to be replaced. She's like, I could use more of these.
Okay. I can try to get that for you. Let me see what I've got for you. He walks away, heads into a back room, and it's like a little while goes by, and Linda says, all right, well, he'll come back soon, I hope. In the meantime, let me introduce you. This is old Bramwick over here, and you see that sitting in the bleachers just watching the training is this guy that's like old as dirt. He's just sitting there, kind of stroking his beard. And she says, don't underestimate him. He's got his bag of tricks, with his age. He looks over and he says, "What? Is something about my bag of tricks?" And she's like, "Yeah, Bramwick, I figured, these adventurers, we owe them quite the debt, and if there's anything you can offer them, I think it would be, it's really our duty to do so." And he says, "Well, heck, I don't have that many years left. What do I have use for this old bag of tricks?" And you see he takes a bag off of his belt loop. Like, you guys are welcome to it. And he just tosses it across the room. And it lands in front of you. And you literally see just is a bag, like a leather bag with kind of cinched clothes. And on it says, "Old Bramwick's bag of tricks."
I love it.
I'm gonna open it up and start looking through it.
Oh, roll a d8 for me.
Oh no.
Oh,
blows
goodness,
up.
it's one of these. You pull out a mask. It looks oddly familiar to something that you already have.
I got a 1.
A weasel comes
Got a
out.
1. Meteor storm comes out of the...
No, a weasel. A weasel scurries out of the bag.
Oh.
And
like
and just kind of sits.
I mean,
Yeah, a weasel scurries out and sits next to the bag and just kind of looks at you curiously.
I'm gonna reach out a paw gently to it.
As we'll cast
go
people
to
and
maybe
animals.
pet it.
It shakes your hand politely and looks over to you. As what are you saying to it?
Hey, where did you come from? Are you Faye? Are you actually a weasel? Where do you stay in the bag?
The weasel looks at you and says, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know what any of this is. My consciousness started about 30 seconds ago. I am whatever this is. If this is what you call a weasel, yeah, I guess so.
Can you do anything special, or are you literally just a weasel?
That's a good question. You see it kind of like, feels his body and kind of looks around and it's like, it like jumps, kind of walks around, tries to do a backflip, kind of clumsy. It doesn't do a very good job. I think I'm pretty much just a weasel, man.
Huh. So, like, if you go back in the bag, do you just die?
I don't know, man. I don't want to think about that. I just started
Polaris
this whole
has like
thing.
opened the bag further again when he said that, as if the weasel might jump in.
He just looks. He's like, "Do you want me to go back in?"
I mean, I didn't pull you out of the bag, so I don't think I can answer that.
He's looking to Polaris. You want me to go back in this thing?
But I mean,
Polaris
all
is
I'm
asking-
hearing is just squeak, squeak,
Polaris,
squeak, squeaking.
he's asking you if he wanted to go back in the bag, but he's worried that if he goes back in the bag now, he's going to die.
Oh, no, I just want to keep looking in the bag. Like, if he wants to chill with you, I don't care.
Ghana's
Can I
more
see
of the
that?
nature guy.
You can,
Weasel, Ghana wants to talk to you. He's the elf. You can go over to Ghana. He'll talk to you.
The elf?
Yeah, I know the elf is telling a nature guy, but Ghana's a druid.
Can I see the bag?
Oh, he wants the bag. Sorry, Weasel. He just wanted the bag.
The weasel just kind of starts looking around for like popcorn and miscellaneous snacks on the ground. Just kind of
Does
starts doing
Polaris
weasel stuff.
give Ghana the bag?
Yeah.
Yeah, she handed it over.
There you go.
He's gonna cast first detect magic.
Okay.
Oh, I should have
it
cast
is-
Identify.
It is magical. This is a magical.
Hang on, God, can I have the bag back?
I think you
One
can cast
second.
Identify even if he's holding it. You don't have to be
No,
touching
Sure,
you
it.
just
have
have
to.
to touch
You
it.
have to be
It's
touching.
touch. It's touch.
Yeah,
Oh,
just touch
okay.
it.
I'll give it right back.
Yeah, and
just
it-
real quick. Just
Okay,
put
so
the
you
bag
cast
back.
Identify on it.
Yes, Identify.
You hear a voice in your brain, and it says, "Well, hello there. This is the Identify spell. You have in your hand a bag of tricks."
What does that mean?
Specifically, his bag of tricks.
Yes. What does that mean? This is a bag. It allows you to pull. You can use an action to pull a fuzzy object from the bag and throw it up to 20 feet. When the object lands, it will transform into a creature at random, and of a handful of possible creatures that the creature will die like a creature like it if it was reduced to your hit points. The creature will be friendly to you and your companions, and it will act with you on your turns. You can use a bonus action to command it to do things, and it will follow general orders such as attack. And in the absence of such orders, it will do whatever is appropriate to its nature as such a creature. It can be used 3 times per day, after which it will become dormant until it has recharged. This has been
Wait, so you throw
use
the
of
weasel
the
and
identify
it
spell.
The
turns
weight of
into
like
something?
what that means.
So like you throw the weasel and it turns into something.
you throw
Well, no, you pull
take
out,
out the
these
thing,
little fuzz balls.
Toss it.
Yeah,
like a
you pull out
Pokeball.
little
It's basically a
fuzz balls.
Pokeball.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hear that and realize the weight of like that's creating a being and like being responsible for it, and then it like fights for me, and it just feels like it's different than her homunculus, which isn't technically alive, even though she thinks it's adorable and it's her baby. But like that kind of wigs her out, and she just looks at Ghana and it's just like, I think you should take this. It makes creatures, and they'll fight for you and die for you, and you can do it 3 times a day. And I think you should have it, and just like shoves it into your hands.
And if you can't talk to them, I can always do it for you.
He just slowly turns to Ez. He goes, Ez, I came to talk to you when I was a mouse.
Yeah, and I talk back. It was fun.
I can speak to the weasel.
I'm just
can speak
trying to
weasel.
be helpful.
The weasel is just kind of looking to you, Polaris, for direction right now because it's just, and if you don't tell it to do anything, it's just going to do weasel stuff and probably wander off
Oh.
and go eat things.
Little Mr. Weasel. I don't know if this will work, but the big elephant man, he is your boss now. I would like to transfer whatever
shit.
power I have over you to him. He will take care of you.
I relinquish my
Weasel just pulls out
I'll
a
allow
contract
over
and
you.
a quill.
I will sign the adoption transfer papers. Go to
Adoption
Ghana.
transfer
It
paper.
just looks to you, Ghana, for some sense of purpose and direction in life.
adoption papers. So here's a question: does it just is until it's not, or is there a time limit before
Yeah.
it despawns on its own?
No time limit. It just
She's
is
a
there
weasel.
until it's dead. And in the absence of
Dang.
direction, it'll just do whatever a weasel does.
It's actually pretty hilarious.
I was really
okay.
hoping for lockpicks.
If
Wait,
you
so
don't tell
I
it what to
can
do, it's just going to go join the circus and
Wait, so
start
I-
being
so-
a circus weasel.
I can create three
Pretty fun
animals, and then the next morning, those three animals will still be there, and I can make three more animals, and I can just have an animal army.
I mean, I'm
Look.
pretty sure a weasel has.
Oh,
like,
no.
Do you
The creature
understand the
vanishes-
repercussions
No.
of what you have
I'm
just
really glad
given
that
me?
you asked. I'm double checking. The creature vanishes at the next dawn or when it is reduced to 0.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, because I was like, do you
okay.
understand the repercussions of what you have
Weasel
just done?
army.
I mean,
You
weasel
guys
also
is
probably
going
has
to
like 4
have
hit
this-
points.
No, it'll disappear at the next
Stampede.
dawn. It'll disappear at the next dawn.
Okay.
But I mean, still 3 animals. I mean, that's pretty sweet. Even if they're all weasels.
Hey, how are we looking on ads? Are those coming up soon?
10 minutes.
10 minutes, great. So you've got this
Oh, I
weasel.
gotta mark
The
that.
weasel
What color is
with
this? There's different
This is
color
a-
ones.
gray bag of tricks.
Got it.
You can't Google it though. Now you're gonna know all the things you can make.
I'm adding it to my character sheet.
Yeah, but don't look at what it does. I need to be surprised. I don't want you to know the creatures you can make. Here's the deal.
Harass.
The weasel, having not really received any direction, starts to wander over. There's a handful of other circus creatures here, and it just kind of makes its way over to those and starts making friends with them. And unless told otherwise, it's just going to be a little circus weasel. Now it
Yeah.
doesn't know that its life will end tomorrow, and unless you tell it, it's going to live
Oh, no,
blissfully
Ghana's-
unaware of that fact.
Ghana is picking it up and carrying it on his shoulder for the remainder of its existence.
Wonderful. You have a weasel on your shoulder and the bag of tricks. The jester comes back and he says, "Hey, here's what I've got for you." He has a refurbished, pretty nice, polished set of lockpicks. That's what you're looking for, right? And he says, "Here for you, my little tabaxi friend here." And then, I don't know if this is going to be helpful to any of you guys, but I've got it. And if you want it, one of you guys can take it and do with this what you will. And he has a mask. It's a jester's mask, and it just looks like a nice jester's mask. And he says, "If
We
one of
don't
you wants
trust
to wear
masks
it,
here.
it's always done great for me. It's helped me do really well with my performances, and if one of you wants it,
With performances.
yeah." If you could, he doesn't know exactly what it does.
Doc.
we
Doc
see
is just
the Doc-
reaching.
Can we
Doc has
identify
already
this
taken
it.
before we put it on?
She's gonna grab it out of Doc's hand before he can.
Yeah, let's
before he
identify
can actually
this
take
before
it.
we just put on a mask and
Like,
don't know what's
Doc-
gonna happen.
She's just gonna look at Doc and be like, "Doc,
Just go
do you want to
really
be
bad.
an old woman again? Like, let's check first, okay?"
Oh my gosh, this one turns into like an old man.
That is what Doc longs for, is to just live the life of an old lady.
Of a Mrs.
Be an old bag
Applebottom.
lady at all times.
Mrs. Applebottom.
Oh.
Just what he
That's
yearns
why he opened
for.
Yeah.
That's why he opened a restaurant. He cooks for a living. Like he just wants to be
the
a
party
housewife
finds
deep
it-
down.
The part finds it strange that he doesn't actually answer that question openly.
Look at the mask and
Yes.
identify it.
So the voice comes back into your mind and says, "Well, hello again. This is the identified. what you have in your
That's
hand
no Irish.
is- we know
Scottish.
how consistent I am with accents. That's what I'm known for. This is a jester's mask. And I will tell you, this is an item. I am taking away one of its normal abilities, so it doesn't do that. But what it does do is two main things. If you get hit by a creature with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to disappear in a puff of smoke and colorful sparkles. You will take no damage and instead teleport, along with anything you're wearing, to an unoccupied space you can see within 30 feet once a day. Also, once a day, when you roll a 1 on a d20, you can treat the roll as if you rolled a 20 instead. Also, only available once per day.
But not a nat 20.
That is nutty.
That doesn't count as a
You
nat
turn a
20,
nat-
though, right?
A crit. No. Basically, once a day, whoever's holding this, it can turn a nat 1 to a nat
Critical
20.
fail into
Holy
a critical
crap.
hit.
Yeah, once a day.
That,
You
that
get-
is insane. Please tell
There
me
you go.
this is attunement. If this is not attunement,
it does require attunement by a bard,
Okay.
sorcerer, or warlock.
Bard, sorcerer,
Oh.
or warlock. All right,
so it's
she's
only
gonna hand it
Ez.
over to Ez. Sadly, I'm like, you're the
There's
only
been
one
a
that
lot
can
of-
use this, buddy.
Well, you have a
Paladin.
mask, dog. I don't think you need it.
Everything
Ez,
today-
You can turn
Yo.
into Mrs. Applebottom. I feel like that's a big
Ez is
deal.
getting gear. He got the rhythm maker drum. He got the
Yeah, man.
mask.
I also
It's almost as
didn't
though
have
you guys
any
are coming up to
magical
some
items.
boss fights.
I also had no magic items
got
up
the
until this
pipe.
point. All right.
Yeah. Almost as though a boss fight was coming up. It's like, you know how in video games
Well,
you walk
Donna,
into a
you
room
can-
and there's like some
Donna, aren't you
potions and some
warlock?
chests and ammo,
Oh yeah, I am a
box.
warlock.
Yeah.
and then
you
there's
take
like an
it.
elevator.
So I guess either of
Knock
you
You
can
want
use
it?
it then.
Order praying to the Lord of the Whales. Are you a fiend by any chance?
Yeah, so technically Ghana could use it.
There you go,
Yeah,
Ghana.
you can certainly
All
take
yours.
it if you want.
All yours.
As the day kind of
Ez
wraps
doesn't
up,
want it.
I do,
Well, it's just-
but
I think he's just
Ghana,
being-
take it. Like
sharing the
if-
wealth.
Yeah, Ez isn't a selfish person. Take it. He doesn't care. He's a kid. If Ghana
also
genuinely
would probably-
wanted, Ez would give it to him.
I don't know that he would understand the weight of how strong it is.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
mean,
it's
he
strong,
also
might
wouldn't.
not fully realize.
I mean,
So-
Polaris probably would have been like basically
Envious.
parroting what she was hearing in her head,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like as it was
Oh
going.
yeah, Ez
to
would hold it
everybody.
out to Ghana. If you want to use this, it's all yours. I don't need it. It's hard to hit me anyway.
Okay.
So,
That's
Ghana,
fair.
you take it. You can add that item. Just try to make a note somewhere. It does not give you the
it's not
charismatic
an
focus.
official item.
It is.
Wait, what's
right.
the
Jester's
charismatic
Mask.
focus? Just out of pure curiosity.
You can use it as a spell casting focus. It gives you +3 to any spell attack rolls.
I am not
Holy
seeing this
cow.
mask.
Holy cow.
Jester's Mask. Yeah, that's why you don't get that part.
Oh,
Jester's
that
Mask.
is
I'll put a link to it.
that's
here.
nuts.
No, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a free Misty Step and turning a nat
I think, and it's a
fail.
reactive. Basically, you get a reaction Misty Step.
You get a
Right.
pretty much a free Misty Step, yeah.
Good for a healer.
Doc, you had a
Right.
question?
I didn't know if the choral arrangement, the music, the
Oh, it's very
singing
loud.
was too loud on stream. Yeah.
It's almost
It was
as
pretty-
loud as
pretty
we are.
strong.
Yeah, it's almost as loud as
Oh.
we are.
I bumped it down.
That's how dramatic this mask is,
Good
man.
call.
That's how.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
an
like,
epic
this
moment.
is like a. This is
Ghana
the
puts
key
the
item
mask
that's gonna
on.
save us.
It's like, does this mask make me look foolish?
What does it look like?
Doc, how is it even fitting around his nose? How does this?
Magical.
You want to hold on?
It looks pretty cool. Well, how about this? You can roll. You want to roll for it? Roll for
Coolness.
Roll for coolness.
Just,
Yeah.
just give me a
I'm
d20
here for
roll.
it.
Just give me a flat d20.
Well, this is what it looks like.
That's what it looks like
Oh,
according to
flat.
D&D Beyond.
But we're not
Well,
D&D
give me a
Beyond,
flat
so it can look
D20
like
roll.
anything. Look at anything. Could look like a wood
Roll
plank.
for coolness. Got it.
Roll for
You
coolness,
roll a
dude.
nat 1, it's a wood plank.
If I roll a nat 1, it turns into a nat 20. Excuse
That's
me.
right. If you want to use it. What did you get? What'd you get?
We're about to see. That's a 6.
I mean, it's not the worst thing you guys have ever seen, but it's not cool. But you guys, I think, are nice.
It's an
And you
elephant
guys would all
mask.
be like-
It's an elephant wearing an elephant mask.
Yeah, there you go. Like
You
an
see,
elephant
Luna looks at you
face, not
guys-
like a kindergartner like drew out.
It's been a full day of going and visiting all these people. You guys make your way back to the campfire that you guys had set up and start to remake your campfire. And you see that McGee comes over, carrying kind of a big crate, and he sets it down. He says, "All right, Sir Loxodon, I suppose this is for you." And he hands you the chainmail that he has fitted based on your proportions. And he says, "Hold, please." And you see he kind of ducks behind the crate and stands back up, and he's got his potion hat on. So, sorry, my brother had to step away, but I believe you needed this. And he pulls out a set of daggers. It's your daggers, but you see that they've been fitted with a little vial kind of at the hilt of each one. And that vial has some venom in it. And it's something that you'll be able to use. And I'll send you what that is. So you can add that to your inventory. You now have daggers that can be supplemented with venom on certain attacks.
Nice.
And he says,
Adds in 10,
Right then.
by the way.
yeah. Yep. And so, as that happens, he makes his way away, and Luna says, "Look, we can't thank you enough." She's being a little more sincere than you're used to her being. She says, I don't need to know everything you guys are doing, but I hope you know we send you with our blessing. Ivo has always been a shadow and a stain, and this valley, this beach will be better off with him gone. All of Velcor will be, and we hope that you can. We hope that you do well. And before she kind of starts to get choked up, she says, "Take care, get some rest. I hope that you guys do well tomorrow." She heads out and leaves you guys there to get some rest and prepare for the next day. And you guys, again, you kind of make your campfire. You guys now have a whole handful of new items to help you in this next leg of your journey. And as you prepare to go to sleep, are there any little conversations or things that you guys wanted to do around the campfire before you get some rest? You don't have to. You had a whole long conversation, and I might be kind of ready just to get some sleep.
The old man was the one that gave us the bag of tricks, right?
Yeah.
He would want to go back to the old man.
See, the old man is just kind of sitting there by the fire with you guys. You guys were all just kind of doing your thing. You didn't even notice as you walked over, and he just was warming his old bones. But you say that, Ghana, you stand up and say, "I'm going to go talk to the old man," and you look, and you just hear from behind you. And he's like, "Me? I'm right here. I don't know where you thought I'd be, but it is cold out here at night, and my old bones needed the warmth."
Everyone here is from the Bodhi crime family, right?
That's right.
And Velrath was part of the Bodhi crime family.
That's right. Velrath II. Him and his father before him.
What can you tell us about Velrath before he turned into a lich?
Velrath is a lich. Oh, that would explain a lot. Velrath II was the child of luxury, right? He was raised by a father who had amassed incredible wealth by the time he was born. Came from nothing, made himself something, right? He had everything he was needed. And he was so busy leading our family. We all respected Velrath the First. But he was so busy being a leader, I don't know that he ever really thought about being a leader to his son. And he just kind of gave him everything he needed. So he grew up with servants and access to everything he ever needed. And when someone is raised in a position where they never have to worry about anything or provide for themselves, you don't realize what that does to a child. And so when Velrath the First died rather suddenly, and Velrath the Second was thrust into position of leadership, he was just a scared kid. He was manic and frantic, and he would react impulsively and didn't know what to do, and he always thought everyone was out to get him. And no one really liked him, but we had to follow the rules. He was Velrath's son. It wasn't great. He was quite the horrible ruler. No one liked him. And we were all honestly pretty glad when all of a sudden he had this plan to go and become the leader of Velcora, because figured at least that would get him out of our hair. And honestly, we all thought he would fail, probably die in the process. Wouldn't have been too terribly sad about that. And lo and behold, somehow, some way, he managed to do it. He succeeded in his coup, became the leader, suddenly became ripped as all get out, huge and strong and scary, and kind of left us in the dust. And it was weird. And anyway, I was just glad to have him not here. But then new people came up, tried to take the leadership role, and about all that. You helped us get rid of those guys. But he was a mess. He was a scared little kid as long as I knew him. I was actually one of his trainers and teachers for a long time, but he would never listen to me. He just go on and on about how I didn't know what I was doing and know who he was, and he was so special because he was Velrath's son.
Did the Bodhi crime family always reside here in Velcora? Or does the Bodhi crime family often spend time in Crespont?
We've always, when we were a traveling caravan, we traveled all around Velcora, but we've never left the islands. We've always traveled around here. And then once we decided to go into the crime world, we pretty much set up shop here because we had to stay close to the old isopod. So, but we've never made our way to Crespont. Why? Now there are emissaries occasionally that come from there to here. We see their ships come across the ocean occasionally, but and we've never been over there.
Is there any reason why somebody like Velrath, being the leader of the Bodhi crime family, would have powerful allies in Crespont?
Look, I don't really know. Politics are beyond me. All I know is I can't see how Velrath would have taken that seat and been able to succeed in his coup without help. Somewhere. There's no way he could have done it. He wasn't strong enough. He wasn't smart enough. He didn't have any kind of strategic acumen, this kid. Someone helped him do it. I don't know who that was. Someone had ulterior motives, maybe. Maybe he's just a pawn in some bigger picture. But
That's why
it wasn't him.
I ask. It would make sense for him to have powerful allies once he achieves the leader of Velcora, but he would have had to have a powerful ally before taking the seat.
The old Bramwood kind of leans in and he says, look, what do I know, right? But if I was someone who wanted to be able to control Velcora, perhaps I would want to put in some kind of a puppet ruler, right? Control someone. Maybe I've got some dirt on him. Maybe I'd help him take the leadership role so that I could control the country. I don't know. I wouldn't. I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just saying, old Bramwick, that's what I might do if I was trying to control a country, right? I don't want people to know. You see, he leans back. Seems like he's kind of in deep thought, reflecting on what you're talking about. And as you're considering your next sentence, you see almost like a cartoon bubble coming out of his nose, and you realize Old Bramwick just fell asleep in about 10 seconds. And it's getting late for him. You guys finish kind of pulling your stuff together and settle in for the night. And kind of reflect on your day. The fire starts to die down. The night overtakes. You guys all fall asleep. And as the sun begins to rise for the next day, and a new dawn shines upon the cliff face, we will take a short break. And we'll pick back up there for our next episode. Hey guys, wanted to tell you about something we've got coming up. April 14th through 16th, the Campfires and Dragons crew is headed to the Nerd Culture Ministry Summit at Glen Erie Castle in Colorado Springs, Colorado. That's right. We'll be playing Dungeons and Dragons in a castle with a bunch of Christians. It's going to be awesome. We're going to have a table for beginners. We're going to have a table for more experienced players. We're even going to be offering a table for people who want to try out Daggerheart. So if that's something that you're interested in, we're going to have a whole variety of different options, and it'll be a chance for you to play D&D with Christians in a real castle. Not only that, but the Nerd Culture Ministry Summit as a whole is a conference that's designed to help people use their nerdy passions and interests for the kingdom. So if that sounds at all interesting to you and you'd like to hear from keynotes like Butch Hartman, the creator of Fairly Odd Parents, you can come spend the day, hear the keynotes, check out the workshops, and then play D&D with us in the evenings. It'll be a true blast. Plus, our friends at Emberglow will have merch there. You'll be able to pick up some new dice and stuff if that's something you're into. So if that sounds at all interesting, head to ncmsummit.com. That's ncmsummit.com. You can pick up your ticket, see a list of all the keynotes, all the details. We'd love to see you there.